what is a spirit guide? This is a term that is used in the spiritual community, and it is something that people wake up to and initially resonate with because a lot of the community uses that word, spirit guide, those two words. Now there's confusion, and I don't feel it's an appropriate label. Personally, I don't know what to call this concept, because if you follow my videos and you watch more of them, you'll realize I'm not somebody who resonates with labels, and I definitely don't resonate with labels because they're so much more complex than the labels that the past spiritual community has created, the stereotypes and perceptions of them. And I'm somebody who's here to break all of those, to kind of shift us away from labels to knowing. And, we don't need the labels, we just need the knowing of these beings and energies. But this term will come up in your awakening, spirit guides. What is that? What are they? Now, a lot of people would describe them as guardian angels. That's another term for them, having a guardian angel, or grandma watches over you, that type of thing. Your past loved ones watch over you, that they're spirit guides. Now, from my experience and my perspective, a spirit guide is a being who is assigned to you to help guide you on your journey. That's the key. Assigned to you to help guide you on your journey, meaning there's a soul contract between the two of you, and they have come to help you in this space with your spirituality, with your awakening, with learning, or whatever it is, clearing karma, those types of things. You have an enormous divine team. If you've seen the Divine Council transmissions I post when I tap into people, a lot of those are bringing through 30 plus beings, and there are even far more around people than just that. Those are just the primary beings who want to come in at that moment. My own network of beings outside of humans, including galactic humans, is hundreds, if not thousands, of these beings. They are not spirit guides to me. I have Sasquatch friends, I have galactic friends, I have Lyrans, Arcturians, Zetas, even reptilians. I have Saurians, ocean beings, fairies, gnomes, trolls, dragons, all these beings who are not spirit guides to me. They are not assigned to me. Now, when you go through this journey, a lot of people will try to say, well, you have 12 spirit guides. That's the number they used to say when I was younger, that you have 12 spirit guides. And I'm like, just 12? 12? Why 12? Why that number? And what I've learned is that's not the case, at least for my journey. At any time, I personally have one spirit guide. One main guide. I have other guides I can reach out to, but they're not my primaries, and I work with them on and off, and they're assigned to me for different topics, for different tasks. I have one who's assigned to me just kind of for protection and oversight right now, and that is an angel. They are an angel, angelic guide who I work with. And then when they phase out, they'll tell me, okay, it's time for me to leave. I've done my work. I've helped you. We're going to bring this other being in, and we're going to help you connect with them and work with them. So I've had that happen on many occasions. I've had Arcturian galactics who come in as spirit guides, and then one of the past angels I had, it was the Arcturian shifted, we brought in the angel. I worked with the angel, and when the phases ended, I was already working with the angel, and I said kind of goodbye to the old guide that was helping me. So it's like having a teacher, an individualized teacher, and they switch in and out. So there are some topic or some beliefs will say, like, you have so many spirit guides and they stick with you your whole life. That's not my experience. They come in, they teach me something, they go on their way, and once the job is done, the job is done. You don't go back to your 12th grade science teacher when you're 30 years old and be like, hey, teach me more physics. Once their job is done, they leave, and you find a new teacher. So when I need a new teacher for something, that new teacher comes, an agreement's made, they switch in if they need to be a main guide. If they don't need to be a main guide, it's like I can reach out to them when I'm ready for them. I have a Naga guide who works with me on fear. And they work with me on deprogramming the energy around fear of different races that has been collectively instilled, like reptilians, for example. And so it's not, I don't work with them solely. I just kind of go when I need them. I go, hey, I need your help with something. And they come and they help me. And they work with me. Or if they want to bring a being that they want me to channel, they bring them in and they know how to work with me, because there's a lot of collective fear around these beings, and it can be difficult for me to, even though like I might not have fear of them, it can be difficult for me to work with them energetically because of the collective energy of fear around them. So they work with me to help send those messages and that sort of thing. Spirit guides can be anything. They can be anything that you have made a soul agreement with to learn something. They can leave you. I have experienced people who do very malicious things, and the guides go and leave because they're like, this is not resonant to me. I'm not teaching them anymore. They made their choices, and that's the free will thing. Some people will say guides stick with you your whole life, no matter what. That's not my experience. I have seen people make some very malicious decisions and lose their spiritual team because your spiritual team has to do too with your vibration, your karma, the lessons you're going through, and they don't have to teach you. They have choice too. So if you decide to do something against your agreement with them, they can shatter that contract too and go, and off they go. Now, people often ask about past loved ones. Yes, they can be spirit guides. Typically, they are not. Typically, they are more like they're just around and helping and nudging and trying to teach you through other ways, but they're not assigned guides. So when I say spirit guides, the meaning I apply to it is somebody assigned to teach you. Like you're in school and you are assigned a science teacher. You are assigned a English teacher. There can be other teachers around. Your family can teach you science and English. Grandma and grandpa can teach you those things too on the side. They can teach you their knowledge of it. But your assigned teacher, the one that you're going to learn from the most, is the one that is in that designation. So your spirit guides, remember, we're all learning from each other, all of us. And so any being you interact with is essentially a spirit guide in the sense of teaching you things. You can learn from everybody. You can learn from an ET that just drops in, a fairy, a dragon, a past loved one, whoever it is. But the idea of a spirit guide specifically is typically that designation of who is my teacher in this moment. And that teacher can change, can shift depending on the lessons and karma and things you're going through in the moment. And they can be pretty much anything. I've seen people with ancestors, dragons, galactics, angels, animals, all kinds of stuff. It's not limited. And that's the thing that I don't like with that term spirit guide, is that there's a lot of limitations that people talk about in the trying to define it, and there is no limit. The only thing that I say from my experience is that I typically have one. There'll be others around, like ready to hop in for different topics and things, but I typically have one, and then when they're done, they leave, and a lot of times I don't see them ever again. And so the idea of even limiting it to a number doesn't make sense to me, because I've had so many of them come teach me something and just be like, okay, you may never see me again, and poof, off they go, because the job is done. That's my personal perspective of the idea of spirit guides. If you have comments and questions, please leave them below. And if you like this video, please consider supporting me. I draw the beings around you, spirit guides, dragons, galactics, fairies, and give you readings and help you work on the tools of connection, raising your vibration, and that sort of thing. So You can find those services at awakenwithwillow.com. Thank you for watching. Love you all. Grateful for each and every one of you.